Following their engagement in the season finale, Juliana Pasquarosa, the winner of Bachelor Season 29, shared what life is like after the show with Grant Ellis. Although Grant and Juliana formed a close bond from the start of the Bachelor Season 29, several fans questioned whether the producers made a mistake in selecting him as the lead because of his inability to decide between her and runner-up Ligia Gar during the finale. But Grant and Juliana have been happily together ever since the finale. Following their engagement in the season finale, Juliana Pasquarosa, the winner of Bachelor Season 29, shared what life is like after the show with Grant Ellis. Juliana wrote on Instagram about her life with Grant following Season 29 of The Bachelor. "I'll be a passenger princess anytime God, or Grant, is driving," she wrote as the caption for the photo. In addition, Juliana posted a rotating collection of pictures of herself and Grant having fun together after the show. Juliana submitted videos and pictures of herself and Grant at Red Sox opening day at Fenway Park, kissing outside Brico Panateria, working out at Baton Fitness, grinning on the Jumbotron at TD Garden during a Boston Celtics game, and other photos of herself and pals. Juliana's post's background music was "Love" by Nat King Cole. Grant replied with a purple heart emoji in the post's comments section. "Anytime God, or Grant, is behind the wheel, I'll be a passenger princess." The broad smiles on Grant and Juliana's cheeks, regardless of their location, are a recurring theme in all of their photos together. As seen during Season 29 of The Bachelor, and further demonstrated in their post-show lives, they are genuinely best friends. This indicates that, in spite of the doubters, Juliana and Grant will probably remain together. The Bachelor Season 29 finale was taped at the end of October, and Grant proposed more than 5 months ago, even though it aired on March 24, 2025, and is still fresh in fans' memories. He and Juliana have been able to concentrate entirely on one another, and his relationship with Ligia is long gone. Given the amount of criticism Grant received during the Bachelor finale, he and Juliana probably want to show the world how solid their relationship is. Because he had told her that he loved her and wanted to get engaged to her, Ligia even warned Grant that Juliana would probably have questions for him after the program. However, Juliana appears to have moved past this. The images of Juliana and Grant's post-show lives convince those who are skeptical that they are still deeply in love, and that Grant was right to pop the question to Juliana on The Bachelor. Juliana Pasquarosa had said yes to Grant Ellis in front of the bright lights of the Bachelor Season 29 finale 5 months prior, but it still felt unreal to her. It was because there were so many doubters in the world, not because she had any. America had anxiously watched as Grant, the endearing but occasionally erratic bachelor, struggled to choose between Ligia Gar and Julia, 2 amazing women. An idyllic fairy tale proposal swiftly devolved into one of the most contentious franchise finals ever. One fan wrote on Twitter, "You could see the hesitation in his eyes." Juliana should have found someone without hesitation. Juliana wasn't displaying any signs of hesitancy, though. The 2 of them at Fenway Park for Red Sox opening day, working out together at Baton Fitness, laughing on the Jumbotron at a Celtics game, and even stealing a quiet moment outside Boston's beloved Brico Panateria were among the candid photos she shared on Instagram in a sun-drenched post weeks after the finale aired. With the timeless Nat King Cole song "Love" playing quietly in the background, she captioned the photo, saying, "Anytime God, or Grant, is driving, I'll be a passenger princess." Grant gave a single purple heart emoji in response. Just one symbol. Endless ramifications. Some of Juliana's fans were slow to forgive the turmoil surrounding the finale, but others filled her post with affection. For many, the illusion was destroyed when Grant confessed his love to Ligia just before he proposed to Juliana. That was a warning sign to them. It was just a step in the process to Juliana. In a later interview with Us Weekly, Juliana said, "I'm not going to pretend like watching it back didn't hurt. However, you must comprehend the background. With cameras catching every look and producers listening in on him, Grant was juggling affections for several people in a high-pressure setting. How he showed up after the show ended is what matters to me," she said after pausing. And he did show up. Grant moved from San Diego to Boston in January, months before the finale even aired, according to sources close to the couple. He accomplished it without any fanfare or announcements on social media. He moved into a flat next to Juliana's and began to fit in with her friends, her city, and her way of life. From the beginning, Grant Ellis has been a divisive bachelor. Fans weren't convinced that Grant could lead for the entire season, therefore they passed over their favorite competitors, Marco Delano and Theo Jameson, who was a contestant before becoming a coach. Producers had relied on his everyman charm, but he began to show signs of weakness early on, including his propensity for overanalyzing, his awkward silences, and his now famous collapse in the dream suite. One Reddit thread titled, "Why Grant Wasn't Ready" received over 12,000 upvotes, with the comment, "They picked the wrong guy." Juliana, however, had always admired him more. She claimed in a now viral TikTok that he's quiet when the world wants noise. But he never stops letting me know I'm loved when it's just the two of us. Producers apparently had their misgivings behind the scenes as well. According to a production team source who wished to stay anonymous, there was internal discussion about promoting Licia as the safe choice and a public relations darling. Juliana was more autonomous and erratic. According to the source, she didn't participate in the game. She was ideal for him because of this, but at the time, not everyone was able to see it. Juliana and Grant exchanged media tours for supermarket runs and rose ceremonies for Sunday brunches following the performance. They went to Cape Cod for their first post-show getaway, renting a beach house without Wi-Fi, without the press, and without production staff hanging just out of frame. Juliana stated on the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast, "It was the first time we didn't have to perform. There were a lot of burnt pancakes, him and me." Since then, they have been sighted all around Boston, including at a charity dinner for mental health awareness, watching Bruins games, and enjoying espresso in the North End. They have progressively looked like a real couple, not just a reality TV couple, at each event. The murmurs haven't ceased, though. Many fans still have a soft place for runner-up Licia Gare because she dealt with her grief with an uncommon amount of grace, even though Juliana and Grant have gone on. "I don't hold anger towards Grant," Licia stated in a tearful Good Morning America interview. "He did what his heart told him. However, it was painful, a great deal." She also acknowledged that when the cameras stopped shooting, she told Grant that Juliana might have questions for him. "She will require clarification," I informed him. "You cannot simply love us both and expect her to not question whether she was chosen as a backup." To her credit, Juliana confronted it directly. "I asked him, of course," she added. "I questioned him about everything. And I made the decision to stay because I wanted to, not because I had to."